Greetings, fellow time travelers. Welcome back to Secrets of the Ancients, where we uncover the hidden mysteries of lost civilizations and dive deep into the secrets that shaped our world. I'm your archaeological guide, ready to take you on another mind-bending journey through the Kurtistabin Sitto, among Sikan Sakupam, Andres Desundan Arad. Oblad Dinday, Dindan Sortsing, Amada Dinam. Today's discovery will challenge everything you thought you knew about ancient Egypt's most legendary queen. Before we unveil these incredible secrets, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Trusted Midrome. You don't want to miss the ancient mysteries we're about to reveal. For more than 2,000 years, one question has haunted historians and archaeologists across the globe. Where did Cleopatra, Egypt's last and most powerful pharaoh, choose to rest for eternity? This mystery has captivated our imagination, sparked countless expeditions, and driven some of the world's greatest minds to search beneath the Egyptian sands. Every clue seemed to vanish, every lead turned cold, and the tomb remained hidden behind the veil of history. But then, in recent years, hints of a hidden sanctuary emerged, and the world held its breath. What was discovered inside would prove to be far beyond our wildest imagination. Imagine this scene with me. It is 51 years before Christ, and across the Mediterranean world, a young woman with the intelligence of a general and the charm of a goddess assumes control of Egypt's ancient throne. Cleopatra VII was not just a ruler. She was a symbol of resistance against Rome's expanding power. She spoke 9 languages, commanded armies, and formed alliances that would reshape the course of history itself. Yet, despite her incredible power and intelligence, she remained a woman of mystery. She identified herself with Isis, the goddess of magic and resurrection, believing she embodied the divine on earth. To her people, Cleopatra was not merely a pharaoh, she was immortal. When Rome's might grew overwhelming and Egypt's independence faced extinction, Cleopatra used her brilliance to form partnerships with 2 of history's greatest generals. First came Julius Caesar, then Mark Antony. Together, Cleopatra and Antony ruled as partners, blending love with politics in a way that terrified their enemies in Rome. Their union represented something extraordinary, a balance between Greek and Egyptian worlds, between East and West, between personal devotion and political necessity. But their power could not withstand the relentless tide of Octavian, who would later become the Emperor Augustus. When Antony's forces fell defeated and all hope seemed lost, according to ancient sources like Plutarch, Cleopatra made a choice that defined her legacy. Refusing to be paraded through Rome as a prize of war, she chose her own fate. Legend speaks of a cobra, the asp held to her breast, its venom offering her freedom in death. Some scholars debate this version, others suggest poison or different methods. Yet, whatever the truth, Cleopatra's end was as dramatic as her reign had been magnificent. But even in death, Cleopatra could not be erased from history. Roman accounts claimed she was buried in a tomb fit for a queen, a grand resting place where she and Mark Antony would lie together for eternity. Yet no one ever recorded where the sacred sanctuary existed. That silence became an obsession for archaeologists and explorers. The tomb of Cleopatra became one of the greatest unsolved mysteries ever known to mankind. Now let's move to a discovery that would change everything. West of Alexandria, near the shimmering edges of Lake Mariud, lies Taposiris Magna, an ancient temple complex devoted to Osiris, the Egyptian god of resurrection and eternal life. For centuries, the desert winds swept across its ruins, burying columns and statues beneath shifting dunes. Few believed significant secrets remained. But in 2005, a Dominican archaeologist named Dr. Kathleen Martinez arrived with a theory so bold, so controversial, that it would spark one of the most fascinating archaeological investigations in modern times. Dr. Martinez was fascinated by Cleopatra's story since her childhood. She left a successful legal career to study archaeology, driven by a powerful conviction. Unlike other researchers who searched in Alexandria's urban ruins, she believed Cleopatra's final resting place must be somewhere symbolically meaningful. Cleopatra had always identified herself with Isis, the goddess who brought life back to Osiris through divine love. But here's the mystery that baffled archaeologists. If the queen truly saw herself as the living Isis, Wouldn't she choose to be buried beside Osiris himself? The temple of Taposiris Magna seemed the perfect sacred location. Her theory gained attention when ancient records revealed that Cleopatra's last days were spent near this region. The temple's inscriptions, its proximity to the sea, and the presence of Greco-Egyptian artifacts all supported her revolutionary claim. Excavations revealed evidence of the Isis-Osiris cult, including protective amulets, coins bearing Cleopatra's image, and carvings linking royal figures to divine rebirth. Slowly, possibility transformed into probability, but the land around Taposiris Magna held more mysteries than anyone expected. Geological surveys revealed that the coastline had shifted dramatically over millennia. What was once fertile land had partly sunk beneath the waters of Lake Mariut. The desert itself had changed shape, swallowing ancient pathways and burying structures under countless layers of sediment. However, with advanced technology, new expeditions arrived at the site, ready to scan the region beneath the sand. What happened next defied rational explanation. This discovery will blow your mind. As teams set up their instruments, strange readings began appearing on monitors. Sensors detected faint rhythmic vibrations beneath the ground, repeating every 42 seconds, the exact number that in Egyptian mythology represented the judges of the afterlife. The pattern was steady, precise, unlike anything natural. Then something extraordinary occurred. The sand began to move. At first barely noticeable, it became a subtle ripple across the dunes. Soon the surface shifted rhythmically, pulsing in perfect synchronization with the underground vibrations, as if responding to some ancient force. When Dr. Martinez arrived and reviewed the thermal scans, she grew silent, her eyes fixed on the outlines of buried corridors. "If this is what I think it is," she finally whispered, "we are standing above something she wanted us to find." The next morning, excavation began under her direction. Within days, the ground cracked open and the sands parted to reveal smooth, ancient stone, marked with deliberate carvings made by human hands thousands of years ago. What they uncovered was a temple unlike any previously discovered, its entrance aligned with the rising sun, symbolizing rebirth. Inside, walls bore inscriptions to Osiris and Isis. But what truly astonished the team was finding both Egyptian hieroglyphics and ancient Greek script carved with equal care on sacred walls. This extraordinary combination was rarely seen in temples from this era. The builders wanted to speak to two worlds, the Egyptian priests worshipping ancient gods and the Greek rulers governing Egypt after Alexander's conquest. Cleopatra had ruled between these two civilizations, Greek by blood, yet Egyptian by heart. As the team moved deeper, their lights revealed carvings of Isis cradling Osiris beneath a canopy of stars. Small altars lay scattered across floors, covered in faint traces of blue lotus resin and bitumen, substances once used in royal embalming. In a narrow chamber behind the main hall, archaeologists discovered a sacred trench filled with more than 300 coins, each bearing Cleopatra's face. Some showing her crowned as pharaoh, others depicting her with Mark Antony. The preservation was remarkable. Recent excavations have revealed something incredible. Beneath the temple floor lay a formation that stretched far beyond the visible structure. A system of passages carved deep into limestone appeared deliberate, symmetrical, and far too precise to be natural. Radar scans revealed a tunnel stretching over 1,300 meters, nearly 2 meters high, carved directly into solid rock with astonishing precision. The passage was so perfectly straight and level that, honestly, modern engineers found it hard to believe it had been built more than 2,000 years ago. As the team advanced deeper, they discovered chambers filled with golden-tongued mummies, fragments of pottery, delicate faience jewelry, and symbols of life, rebirth, and divine protection. Water seeped through the cracks, glimmering like moving glass. After weeks of careful excavation, they reached the tunnel's end, sealed behind a wall of fused stone and mud brick, concealing a massive circular chamber, hollow within, with faint traces of trapped air inside. When the final stones were pried loose, a rush of ancient air escaped, carrying the heavy metallic scent of age. What we discovered now will amaze you. In the chamber stood a massive black granite sarcophagus, carved from a single stone, polished to a mirror-like finish despite centuries passing. Inside lay two figures wrapped in golden threaded linen, their positioning deliberate and intimate, arms nearly touching. The female wore an Isis pendant with the protective cobra bracelet. Every clue pointed to Cleopatra and Mark Antony, reunited in death as they had been in life. But here's the mystery that baffled archaeologists even more. Behind the sarcophagus lay one final passage. It opened into a circular chamber with impossible precision, surrounding a central platform engraved with the Ankh symbol, the ancient Egyptian symbol of eternal life. 36 alcoves held skulls arranged with haunting precision. 12 male, 12 female, 12 belonging to children, all facing the platform in eternal silence. Their bones were coated with gold dust, and inscriptions read, "They guard the passage and keep the balance." This discovery suggested these remains were part of something far larger than a royal tomb, a ritual structure built to maintain balance between life and death. Fellow time travelers, what we've witnessed today is more than just an archaeological discovery. It's a window into the mind of one of history's most fascinating figures. Cleopatra's story reminds us that power, intelligence, and love can shape empires and echo through millennia. But here's the puzzling question that remains. Was this truly her final resting place, or does another secret chamber await discovery beneath the Egyptian sands? What do you think about this extraordinary theory? Do you believe Dr. Martinez has finally solved the mystery that haunted us for 2,000 years? Share your discoveries and thoughts with us in the comments below. Which aspect of this archaeological journey amazed you the most? The impossible tunnel, the guardian skulls, or the synchronized vibrations beneath the sand? Before we conclude today's incredible journey, make sure you've subscribed to Secrets of the Ancients and activated the notification bell so you never miss our archaeological adventures. Join us next time as we explore the mysterious temple complex of Angkor Wat, where recent excavations have uncovered something that challenges everything we thought we knew about ancient civilizations. Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and remember, the greatest mysteries of the ancient world are still waiting to be discovered. This exclusive historical analysis comes from Secrets of the Ancients, your gateway to